Zar-Kombat. We've got UFC 319 going down in 10 days next week. The biggest fight of the year. Khamzat Chimaev versus Dracos Duplessis. And it's getting crazier and crazier as we're heading into fight week. So the rumors are going around. And rumors is that if Khamzat Chimaev gets the belt and he wins next week, he might be planning on retiring. That's the rumor that's going around. And as we're heading into fight week, it seems like that's becoming more and more inevitable, man. It seems like that's what's going to happen. I mean, if you kind of think about it, Khamzat Chimaev has been sick for a very long time now. He's pulled out of fights. He had a massive issue with COVID. He's said that he doesn't have a good immune system. The last time he pulled out against Robert Whittaker, Dana said he was vomiting blood. So, the guy is not healthy. You know what I mean? And the goal for him, he's always said that the goal for him is to win the UFC belt. So, I mean, it makes sense for him to retire once he wins the belt next week because there's not much more for him to do in MMA. He's already made the money. If you look at the guy's Instagram, he looks like he's a millionaire. He's got some crazy cars. He's always hanging around with a bunch of millionaires and billionaires. So I understand why he would retire, but if he does win and he does retire, that would be the worst case scenario for the UFC because now they would lose an undefeated champion who would sell a lot of pay-per-views. It's a disaster for us, the fans, because we want to see him fight more. It's a disaster for the middleweight division. Every guy in the middleweight division wants to get an opportunity to fight Chimaev and test himself against Chimaev because he's one of the best guys in the UFC right now, one of the biggest superstars. You know what I mean? So if Khamzat Chimaev wins next week and he does put the gloves down in the octagon and he walks away from the sports, that would be crazy to me. That would be crazy because the guy, I think he's like 30 years old now. So he would have like at least a good 5 years in MMA left. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see next week what he decides to do. But what do you think? Like, do you think Khamzat Chimaev is going to retire next week? And if you think he is going to retire, what's your reaction going to be when he does? Do you want him to stay a bit more in MMA? Tell me below, guys. Like, subscribe. UFC 319 going down next week. I will be live for the main card and the prelims. So stay tuned for that. Again, guys, it is Zar-Kombat. Subscribe for all your MMA news.